Okay, so now that you have your two folders in your Google Drive that you're going to be utilizing this year, let's try adding something, a Google Doc, to a folder. Before we get started, I want to point out to you, and this is really important to help you keep your Google Drive organized. When you click My Drive right here, this will show you all the folders that you have in your Google Drive. Now, when I click a folder's name, you notice how it pops up here, and this area right here shows me what's in that particular folder. Sounds simple, but when you're creating new things in your drive, make sure you create them in the folder you want them in, or move them to that folder later. So let's create something to get us started in our student folder that we created, your class folder. And I realize some of you may be doing this for more than one folder. That's fine. I'm just going to show you my example using one class that I teach. So I'm going to click that folder's name, and now I'm inside the folder, and right here I see right away there's nothing in it. So I'm going to create a document inside this folder. Now here's where I'm just going to show you how my personal Google Drive is set up, my real one. Remember, this is the pretend one that I'm using, so that you can kind of get an idea of how you might want to set up a folder to share with your students. Obviously, we don't want to make 10,000 documents and everything and just stick them in here, because the kids will never be able to find anything. So you got to kind of think of it on the organization end. So I'm going to switch back over to my personal Google Drive real quick. My personal Google Drive has tons of stuff in it, but inside my personal drive, I'm going to show you my class folder. This is the folder that I used with my class last year. So when I open it up, you can see that I have my classes folder. Remember, this is the one that I shared with all of my students. Inside of this folder, I've created subfolders that organize everything by unit. So today we're going to be working on a syllabus. So you might want to make a folder that's just general class stuff, or name it whatever you like, to put things like a syllabus and other things that don't really go in a unit in, just to stay organized. Okay? Now the numbers are in front of these two to keep them in the order I want. I wanted, when my kids clicked on Miss Mitchell's Science, for them to see general class stuff first and missing work second. So I put 00 and 01 in front of them to order it. It's going to automatically order by number and then alphabetize. So you can see once I started with my U's, unit 1, 2, those stayed in order. But if you want something to stay at the beginning, you're going to have to put numbers at the front and kind of keep it in line. So now let's switch back over to my pretend account. And in this folder, I'm pretending like I'm starting from scratch. There's nothing in it. So I'm going to first create that subfolder inside this one. And I just did that just like I did before. And I'm going to name it 00, so it's at the beginning. General class stuff. Remember, you can call it whatever you want. This is just for things that aren't part of units that you're teaching. And now I have that folder in there. Now always remember the hierarchy. My drive is all the folders or whatever you have in your whole drive. When you start going into folders, you can make subfolders inside that, and that can go forever. Or you can create documents or whatever you're doing in here. So in this general class folder, we're going to make our syllabus. So notice I'm inside that folder where I want it, and I'm going to go to create a document. Sorry, my internet's moving kind of slow today. Alright, and once this loads up here, you can get started. Ignore this green thing right here. That's an extension I have added, and it's probably not on your screen, but that's fine. So now I'm in my document. I had sent out an email earlier that I hope you got, and told you that if you already had a syllabus typed up, to please save it on a thumb drive or email it to yourself so that you had access to it for this. This way you can just copy and paste and you don't have to retype your syllabus. So I pulled up my old syllabus here on the screen, and I just pulled it up in a Word document because most of y'all will probably have yours saved in a Word document. This is mine from last year, and what I want to do is I'm going to copy and paste it onto here so that we can so that I don't have to read. Alright, so first of all, right up here at the top, remember, this is where the title of your documents goes. So I'm going to click in that, and I'm going to rename it Syllabus 2014-2015. And the title automatically changes. And if you go back and look in your drive, under General Class Stuff, my internet's moving slow, but it will pop up. It's already in there, even though you're still working on it. So I'm going to pull up my syllabus that I have in a Word document, and I'm just going to click and hold, and I'm going to copy everything. Then you can from here hit Control C as in cat for copy, or you can right click copy. Either way, I usually use Control C because sometimes your browsers won't let you use right click copy, but whatever you want to do. So you copy it, and then I'm going to minimize that Word document, and then I'm going to come here, I'm going to right click paste, or Control V as in Victor is paste. So you're going to paste your stuff. Alright, now sometimes when you're copying to Google Drive, you'll get this red thing here that says unable to create images, and basically what that's telling me is my QR code that was here, it can't copy that the way that I tried to, is what it's telling me. No worries, I can still copy it. What I'll probably have to do, first let me go back to my drive, and when that pops up, just hit dismiss saying, okay, I know you're trying to tell me something. Then select it, which means click on it, and you can just hit the delete button and it'll take it off. And if I wanted that QR code that I had last year, I'm going to have to go in here and say right click, copy, or again Control C, and then go back to my syllabus and paste it by itself is probably what's going to happen. Yeah, and now it will go. Sometimes when you copy a whole bunch of stuff at once, it just doesn't pick up some stuff, so you'll have to go back and copy and paste individually. So here's my syllabus from last year, and at this point I can go in and I can start adjusting things that might not have transferred over the way I want it to look or stuff like that. One good hint I'm going to show you for Google Docs is File, go down to Page Setup, and the default margins are automatically set to 1 inch, and I just go in because I want more room on the page, and I just change those to a 1/2 inch. Whoop, not a comma. And you can hit OK, and that'll just change it on this document you're working on. But if you click Set as Default, then it's always going to use the 0.5, which I set it as default. That's just a preference thing for me. Okay. So I clicked Save as Default, and it's taking a while because I'm locked up in a room and I have no internet signal here over the summer while y'all are all out having a good time. Yeah, I just hit OK. So now my syllabus is pasted, and later we're going to figure out how to actually put this syllabus from your Google Drive on your website, because remember, we did not do that at the end of the year. And like I said, you might want to go through here and check and see, if there are some things that you want to move around to make it look better. You can just play around it. Google Docs is very similar to Microsoft Word, but there are some differences. I put some tutorials in my technology share folder that I shared with y'all over the summer. There are some tutorials for y'all to look in there if you want to see more about what all Google Docs can do. So I'm just going to leave it there for now. Another thing, Google Docs, remember, automatically saves. So as long as you get this message, all changes are saved in Drive, you're good, and you can exit out. And now if I look in my Drive, there's my document. I can open it back up just to check. And when it loads up, there is my syllabus. So now I have created a Google Doc, which is my syllabus. Good job.